up, man? This is Sledrorodriguez. Welcome back to my channel. Alright, I don't know what we finna watch yet, but we finna find out though. You know, got some food, you know, cause nobody at the crib taking advantage of that peace. Damn, I'm tripping, bruh. Alright, man. Let's see what we can find. Alright. How y'all been though? How y'all doing? How y'all doing today? As you can see where we're from, it's snowing. Look, we got snow on the ground. Shit, I'm gonna try to be out here. Well, not try. I'm gonna be out here tomorrow, you know, out here serving and shit. So you definitely gonna see me around the snow, in the snow and shit, you know. For those that never see snow or anything, definitely gonna see tomorrow. Last day in Brazil. You guys wanna watch that? Not really. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. All right, let's see what they got. Too long. I don't know if I watch boys and girls out there, but I need to find some. I need to hurry up and find some though. I got my neighbors out here to play music. I play music every fucking day, and now you can hear people playing music. We got people competing with us. I got my own parents competing against us. She's annoying, but hey, I'm ignoring. Let's keep going, you know. You know it's annoying because you feel like, you know, you help people get people out of their shell and shit. You get no credit for it. You feel me? But it is, you know, niggas don't even fuck with you, but they take a little bit of shit they like from you. Real spill, man. You know what it is. But we gonna keep going though. You can hear it. It's kind of annoying because niggas trying to be like me, you know. But I'm just gonna focus on myself. I don't even know what's there to watch, gang. See, I'm just browsing right now. What the fuck should we watch? My parents just got home. You can hear they car just coming in and shit. Ooh, it says War Story 10 in the same incident. Officer stabs 3 people on the street. That sounds interesting. Let's watch that.
You guys, this War Stories, episode 10. I'm gonna get straight into it. No jibber jabber today, man. Let's get straight cracking. Okay, so I'm gonna take you guys all the way back to 1987. 1988. I'm 17, 18. I'm almost getting ready to go to the joint for my first bid. So, prior to that, I was out there between 16th and 19th slinging dope. Well, not 19th. Well, no. Let me take that back because the Sureños didn't have a neighborhood out there. at that time, 87, 88, they didn't have a neighborhood. So, yeah, I used to, between 16th and 19th, that's where I used to run around. That was one of my haunts. If I wasn't between 16th and 19th slinging dope, I'd be down in the Tenderloin. Those two areas right there were considered like high crime areas. You had a lot of, it's as close to Skid Row as you're gonna get. You had a lot of hand-to-hand drug sales down there, a lot of winos, people shitting and pissing on the sidewalk, people sleeping out there, a lot of poverty, people, sleeping on the streets, all this shit, man. You guys have seen it, and, you have it everywhere. It's not just in San Francisco, it's all throughout the country, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so around this time, I told you guys when I first started getting involved in drugs, my stepfather is the one that basically laced me up, brought me out there on the streets. He was like, you know what? You're going to be doing grown man shit. You're going to be doing hardcore drugs and shit like that. I'm not going to support your habit. You're going to learn how to get out there and fucking hustle. You're going to learn how to support your own habits. So basically, that's what I was.
Ain't nobody ever teach me how to hustle. My mom.
Now, prior to me going out there on the streets and slinging dope or learning how to sling dope, I thought my parents were working legitimate jobs. I used to trip though. My mom would come home before my stepfather, and I was a scandalous little motherfucker too, man. I used to steal money and shit, man. But I remember she would come home with she'd empty her purse out and she'd have wads of cash, 20s and 10s and 50s and 100s, and she'd be counting it. And I don't know, man. I must have been super square back in those days because I didn't put two and two together. This is fucking dope money right here, man. I don't even think I gave it much thought. All I knew was she came home with wads of cash. So my mom used to boost and shit like that, so I didn't know what they were doing. I didn't know where she was getting it. I didn't ask. Anyway, when I said I used to steal, I remember because when she'd come home with wads of cash like that, I'd be standing there while she was counting money, and I'd pick up a dresser, and I just fucking real quick, man, I just set it on top of a fucking stack and push it to the side, man. I used to do shit like that. That was the dope fiend in me right there, straight up stealing from my own people, man. Anyway, so what they would do every day they had a set routine, and they used to do the same shit every day. My mom used to sit in the cafeteria on 16th and Mission. It's right by the BART station. So she'd post up, she'd sit in there, drink coffee, bullshit with some of her friends that used to post up with her in there. My stepfather, he'd be out walking up and down between 16th and 17th directing traffic. People would come up to him looking for bags, and he'd direct them to my mom, and they go in there, and then she spit out a bag, and boom. That's how they used to do it. So back in those days, the way that people sold drugs in the city were different than they're doing now. It was completely different. So back in those days, what we used to
Back in those days, you used to get help from your homies and shit. Shit, nowadays you gotta do your damn self. That's real shit. I remember I offered my homie $5. It was my brother and two of my homies. I offered my homies $5 to go serve a nigga. That's what they had to do, go downstairs and serve a nigga, and I was gonna get $5. They weren't even trying to do that now. That's some play hating ass shit, nigga. That's what's going on nowadays, nigga. Back in the day, it wasn't like that, man.
Do is we used to take the black tar heroin, and we'd wrap it in a little piece of plastic, some cellophane, and then you take that and you put it in a balloon, and then you roll it up, tie it, roll it up, tie it, roll it up, tie it, and it'd be a little ball. So you get 20 or 30 of them, however many, and you put them in your mouth. And the reason why he used to do that and put them in balloons is because the narcs, there was a lot of them too in the Mission District back in those days. They would run up on you, and if they thought you had dope in your mouth, they put your ass in a full Nelson and try to get you to spit that shit up. If you were down there on 16th and Mission and you were slinging dope, you would see it all the time. Somebody else getting choked the fuck out by the cops, man. I had it done to me many times, and they never got me. I always swallowed it before they had a chance to come up on me. I'd start swallowing the shit. And by the time they start choking me out, the shit was already in my fucking stomach, man. And then, I think I mentioned this to you guys before, the trick was you go to if they let you go to the liquor store or something, get a little pint of some chocolate milk, shake
No, that wasn't my parents that pulled up. It was my gay little brother. He pulled up and shit. He in the parking lot just chilling and shit. All right, let's keep going.
that shit up, drink it, and it would get your stomach all fucking you could bring it up, you know what I'm saying? The milk would make your stomach bubble up and you can spit it up. Most of the time I used to be able to get all the bags back up. Sometimes I might lose one or two, but that's how we used to do it, and that's the reason. Bring it up, you know what I'm saying? Or the trick was you go to if they let you go to the liquor store or something, get a little pint of some chocolate milk, shake that shit up, drink it, and it would get your stomach all fucking you could bring it up, you know what I'm saying? The milk would make your stomach bubble up and you can spit it up. Most of the time I used to be able to get all the bags back up. Sometimes I might lose one or two, but that's how we used to do it, and that's the reason why it was bagged up in balloons like that. So anyway, everybody knew me in the Mission District at that time when I was a kid, man. I was like the one kid out there that every fucking buddy knew. All the hoes knew me. All the dope dealers knew me. All the junkies knew me. All the clientele. You know, I was always running around out there. And in that part of the Mission, I never went by Boxer. I kept those two worlds completely separate. I went by Junior. So that's what they used to call me. They used to call me Junior, the dope fiends, the dope dealers in that part of the Mission. Then I go up to the hood and homies would know me as Boxer. I kept those two worlds separate, man, because, you know, one thing I learned even as a kid is that when you're in that type of lifestyle, homeboys don't respect it, man. You know, if
fucking cuero, y'all.
you're a dope fiend and that's what you're doing, people don't want to be around you. So I try to separate that and try to hide it, keep it hidden from a lot of the homies from my neighborhood. But anyway, so just being down there.
Slash Market, man, SNN 24th Street, real nice shit. You know, just letting y'all know what I'm throwing up, man. You know, nothing but love. You know,
Day in
let's keep going with it.
and day out, whether it was between 16th and 19th and Mission, or in the Tenderloin. The Tenderloin is worse than the Mission. It was a lot worse. Down there, it's about as worse as you're gonna get in the city. It's it gets pretty bad when you go down there, like on Eddie and Turk, and just deep downtown. There's some areas, man, that are just it's as funky as you can get, man. So, you know, whether it was in the Mission or in the TL, I met a lot of my mom's and stepfather's friends. And a lot of these people were older Africanos, Africanas, or just older raza that had been to the joint. These guys were like, man, 3-4 times my age.
Hey, my black people out there, man. How do y'all feel being called Africanos, Africanas? Let me know in the chat. Let me know.
17. These guys are in their like their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Some of them, you know what I mean? So everybody knew me. I got introduced to a lot of people that had done time with my stepfather. And so anyway, there was an individual by the name of Jack, and he's a dope fiend, obviously. I used to see him all the time. He was the type of dude that would come in and out of the joint, always doing parole violations for dirty tests and shit. So he was.
That nigga would have never joined my gang simply because he does dope gang. That shit cannot be respected. Real spill. You know?
A real good friend of my mom's.
Hey, come on now, you robbing from his people. Come on now, how's that respected, nigga? Let's keep going though.
He had a brother named Cochise that she was really close with. And Cochise was good people. Initially, I liked both of them. I mean, I was always cool with Cochise. Jack was cool too. He seemed like a solid homeboy, but Jack was like he's tall, he's around 6'2", he had a long ponytail, looked like a white dude, big mustache. He wasn't a homeboy. He probably ran with the woods in the joint. I'm not sure, but you know, he was a cool cat. At least I thought he was. So from time to time, Jack would be out there. He said
the white people woods, right? They call them woods. Hey, white people, think y'all like to be called woods? Ain't that like pack of wood? Is that racist? Let me know, white people, if that's racist.
Sometimes he needed a bag or something, and he'd come up and he'd be like, "Hey, Junior, you got 20s?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, man." And I used to serve him, man. Well, one day, and this story's a trip, man. This shit's a trip. So one day, Jack pulls up I'm on 16th and Mission, right in front of the cafeteria. Jack pulls up, and he's in the car with the female and another cat. And he rolls up, and he's like, "Hey, Junior." He's like, "What's up, man?" I'm like, "What's up, Jack?" And he's like, "Hey, you got bags on you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Get in, man." He's like, "I gotta go get some more money." He goes, you know, I get like 3 or 4 from me. And I wasn't doing it big at that time, man. I was just trying to support myself out there. So to me, 3 or 4 bags was a good knock, man. So anyway, I jump in the car with him. I'm in the back seat with his homie. He introduces me to the dude. Dude just got out the joint. The female, I think Jack was fucking with her. All 3 of them are dolphins. So we drive up by 30th and Mission, and his whole thing is, you know, he was like, "Hey, I need to go buy one of my peeps pad, and I need to pick up the rest of this money. But like I said, I'll get 4 bags from you, man." And I'm like, "Okay, it's cool, man. Don't even trip. I got you." So we pull over. Jack gets out the car.
Get your popcorn, man. It's gonna be a long story, so you know.
And he goes into the house. He's in the house for about 15, 20 minutes. You know, I'm starting to get kind of frustrated because, so even though I got these bags sold, you know, I could have sold them. I probably could have already sold them down there on 16th. So, you know, I'm kind of like, this dude's holding me up now. And so eventually, Jack comes out the house. He comes out the house and he's like, "Man, I can't get the money from this dude. This dude's tripping." You know what I'm saying? He comes out with some sad story, man, and I'm like, "Fuck, man." I'm like, "Man, you should have just left me down on 16th, man. I probably could have sold this shit already, man. Just take me back. You know what I mean? I gotta get rid of this shit." So, look, man, I ain't never had no issues with Jack, and because he knew my mom and stepfather, you know, he had that extra respect for me, and I know he respected them, and he definitely feared my stepfather. But like, my mom was supposedly a real good friend of his. Anyway, so when I tell him that to bring me back down to 16th, I don't remember exactly verbatim what he said, but it was something to the effect of, he's like, man, let me get those let me get 4 bags for me, man, and I'll get you back later. And I was like, you fucking bumped your head, boy. You crazy, man. Can't do that, homie. You know what I'm saying? There's no way. I ain't.
Especially the streets, especially. I mean, I do say getting wood, but shit, foe. And he in the streets. Yeah, no. All right, let's keep it.
I ain't no shape to do nothing like that with you, bro. And when I said that, he said something to the effect of, like, one way or the other, I'm gonna get well tonight. And, man, we ain't never had there's never been no funk between us, man. We ain't never had no animosity. I was surprised that he even came at me, like, the way that he came at me. Straight up. And I'm gonna tell you guys something in a minute. So,
Well, he is a kid,
when he says that, I'm like, okay, what's that supposed to mean, homie? You know what I mean? He was like, I'm just saying, well, I'm gonna get well one way or the other. And I'm like, what are you trying to say, Jack? You trying to say that if I don't give you something, you gonna take something from me? And he was like, well, if push comes to shove, that's what I gotta do, and that's what I gotta do. I said, check this out, man. Look, if you can take something from me right now by yourself, you can have it, and I'll never say nothing else to you about it. Me and you get out this car right now. If you can take something from me, you can have it, Jack. Now, I don't know what the fuck you're tripping on, man, but you got me fucked up, man. Man, look, I ain't never been pushed up on.
Yeah, that was hella weak, man. My homie said that 2 crackheads cornered him, pulled out a knife, and he said he pulled out a little crack rock. He said it saved his life. See, that's a more tragic story than that, man. What type of story is that? That shit weak as hell. Dude don't even know how to press niggas. The crackheads that pressed my nigga, man, that was crazy. He said he had to do that because he said that he could see in their eyes they were gonna kill him. You know.
I'm like, and I ain't never been the victim. Or I ain't never been no prey. I've always been the predator. I don't get robbed. Nobody pushes up on me. But this is one time that somebody actually had the gall to try to fucking rob me. So he was like, when I told him, you know, if you can take something, you can have it. He was like, pull the car over, man. He told his girl, pull the car over. So I'm like, okay, fuck it, it's on there, right? I don't know this dude sitting next to me. I'm watching him out of my peripheral. I don't know the female, but it's like I'm gonna bash this fool real quick right now. I know I can take him, man. So I'm not even tripping on him. So he gets out the car, and when he gets out, he turns around to pull the seat back. Hits the button, but I see he's got a small crowbar in his hand. I seen it. So I see the crowbar, but I step out anyway. I step out, and when I step out, the fight's on, man. He tried to whack me with the crowbar, and it's not even a big crowbar. It's one of them little small ones, them little half crowbars. So he tries to smack me in the head with the crowbar, and the fight's on. I grab the other end of the crowbar. Now we're both trying to pull the crowbar out of each other's hands, but I'm letting go every now and then. I'm cracking them too, man. Bah! Bah! I got a blade in my pocket, though. I got a blade in my pocket. That motherfucking equalizer. And oh, yes, he was that night. So, at one point, I remember trying to pull the crowbar out of his hand. I started swinging him. I started just trying to swing him around, trying to use his weight and his momentum to fling his ass off. But he was holding on to that crowbar. I'm not paying attention to what the female and this other dude are doing. I'm concentrating on this dude. I'm engaged in a
Shit, I would too, you know.
In a squab with this dude. And Jack wasn't no punk. He been to the joint. He's been around. Just wasn't no lame ass dude. The way I was looking at it is I can get him. I can take him by himself. At least that's what I was thinking. So, I mean, my point is he wasn't no punk, man. Dude was fighting. He was trying to fight back. And I was 17 years old. I was a kid, man. I'm not making no excuses. I'm just saying. So anyway, when I'm swinging this dude, all of a sudden I get bashed from the side.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He was a kid. Like, what do you expect, bro?
And it's the other dude. That dude got out the car. He stole on me, man. This dude snaked me from the side. So he cracks me upside the head. Now Jack recovers, and now he starts bombing. He lets go of the crowbar with one hand. He's still holding on to the motherfucker. The whole time we were both holding that crowbar. Because I knew if I let him get that crowbar out of my hand, it's over, man. He gonna whoop the shit out of him.
Yeah, at first maybe he wasn't trying to hit him for real. Now he's trying to hit him for real on my mama.
With that crowbar. And I'm pretty sure he was thinking the same thing. So now I'm getting bashed from both sides.
Shit, I remember I was trying to hit a lick one time, but my homie he wanted to hit it, so I let my homie hit the lick instead. And he hit the lick, and he got hit in the back of the head with a baseball bat trying to hit the lick, man. You feel me? Shit, this shit ain't no joke, man. I would have hit dude with the crowbar so fucking hard too, cause I know these streets don't play, nigga. You know what it is.
So I do the only thing I can do, man. I'm fighting back, but because I don't want to let go of the crowbar, I can't really cover myself up. So I end up going down.
Oh, by the way, my homie was black, and some Mexican homies did that to him. They were trying to get the revenge for some shit I did to him. You know, I tried to tell my homie, man, they were on that shit. I could feel it, but he ignored me, man. You know how this shit goes.
Down on the ground, and somehow I end up in a position where the crowbar is on the back of my neck and I'm holding it, and he's still holding it, but now he's pushing down on the back of my neck. I'm on my fucking knees, man, and my face is like in the fucking, I'm on the grass. My face is in the grass, and like I'm just like I'm mad as a motherfucker. I'm like, Jack, when I get up, man, I'm gonna fucking beat your motherfucking ass. It's on, man. You gonna pay for this, homie. You know.
Maybe later on, but not right now, little man.
That's all I was thinking. It's like this motherfucker knows my family. He knows me. He crossed the line that he shouldn't have crossed, and there's no turning back now. Those lines they already put their hands on me. So the next thing I know, I end up getting kicked in the face by the female. She's throwing some motherfucking soccer ball kicks.
Yeah, that's why he wanted 4 bags, man. 4 people involved, man. I don't know where the 4th guy is, but maybe he wants 2 bags. But everybody getting a bag, so everybody got to do it, you know.
What did somebody say last night on my live? She's throwing some motherfucking helicopter kicks. And she's kicking the shit out of my face, man. She's not kicking me like no female. She's like winding up. Pow! Right? She's pow! And these fools are still bombing on me. And while all this is going on, I can feel, I don't know who it was Jack or this other dude. I feel somebody
Go in his pockets, watch.
Trying to go in my pocket, man. I can feel it, and when they do that, I just start fucking. I turn into a Tasmanian devil, man, and I just start fucking, just moving so that they can't get in my pockets. They ain't gonna rob me, man. Fuck that. It ain't gonna happen. Anyway, the female continues to kick me in the face. Jack, he's still bombing. This other dude's still bombing. They're like, give up the fucking dope, motherfucker. Give it up. And I'm like, man, giving up shit. Punk ass motherfucker. You're gonna have to let me up. You better knock me out, Jack. You're gonna have to let me up sooner or later. When I get up, man, when I get up, you're gonna fucking, somebody's gonna get cracked with this crowbar. You ain't gonna take it out of my hand. I mean, I didn't tell him all that. This is what I'm thinking to myself.
I was about to say, if he's saying You know what I was gonna say? It's like a challenge, you know?
So I'm just telling him, hey, it's fucking on, Jack. It's on. When I get up, it's fucking on. You're gonna have to let me up sooner or later. So the female continues to kick me in my face.
Alright, man, if you want to hear part 2, I'm about to upload now, but the video's getting long, so I'm about to end it here. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Comment your favorite part of the video. Tap that notification bell. Turn your notifications on now. If you want to donate my channel, CashApp gonna be in the bottom of the link description. If you want to follow me on IG, you know, my Instagram gonna be in the bottom of the link in the description. Cheeto fingers. Alright, man. Stay tuned. We got big things coming up on this channel, alright? I'll see you guys on the next episode of Another Day in the Life of an Upcoming Rapper.